Hay Hornets.
Check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our school alma mater, the Gold and White. Pregame wouldn't be the same without the official song of the state of Ohio. Here is Hang On Sloopy.
last throughout the game. I don't need my little challenge.
Varsity.
Playoff appearances, 45 professional athletes, 7 state championships, 1 NFL Hall of Famer. Western Reserve and Panthers live deep in our soul. This is the spirit of the Harding Raider in his white and Vegas gold.
Take your battle stations. I ain't on vacation. I'm just growing up, living out aspirations. I beat the expectations and change the generations. And I'm still jumping fences. And you're just imitations. I'm taking places, but I don't need no praises. I play it safe like a game. The best stages. Let me play phrases. Come to a couple pages. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
It's your team, it's your city. Them kids gotta feel like it's your team and it's your city.
So from the east side of town to the west, north and south, we can't be put on the map if we're consumed by maps prior to 1990. This is our new era, a new moment to unite as one and support our city, our worn G. Harding Raiders.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Are you ready?
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to Malakoff Stadium, and we have bonus football tonight. Week 11, it's playoff time. The cool weather's here, and we're ready to go. The second season starts today. Tom Bird here along with Eddie Colbert. Eddie, it's playoff time. It's exciting. We're ready to go.
Yeah, like you said, second season here. Can't say enough about this team, how they turned it around. 4 wins last year, coming in this year, turning around with 7 wins, getting the 5th seed in the playoffs. Home game against John Hayes. Hey, the leaves are changing. The weather's dropping. This is football weather. Can't wait to get it on.
Looks like Harding will be kicking off. They'll be moving from right to left on your screen, headed towards the north end zone. Cleveland John Hay back to receive. And we are ready to go in the 2024 OHSAA State Division II High School Playoffs.
See what Harding chooses to do here. We've seen a lot of squib kicks here towards the end of the year. See if they can catch John Hay off balance here, maybe get a quick turnover.
Jerron Edmonds, and he sends this one deep. That ball is fielded back inside the 5-yard line. And he is met at the 10. That looked like number 22 for Cleveland John Hay. Javion Reynolds.
Yeah, it looked like Reynolds thought that ball might have an opportunity to go out of bounds. He was going to let it skip there. Kind of like your chip shot from the fairway. Kind of chipped up nice there for Edmonds. Caused him to have a little delay on that. Going to start John Jay out deep in their own territory. Great opportunity for the Harding defense.
John Hay, 1st and 10, deep in their own territory, starting from their own 11-yard line. Offense led onto the field by quarterback number 17, Day Rosser.
Harding's going to come out here, try to take control. This defense has kind of led the team all year. They're going to try to control that line of scrimmage here early.
And there's a low snap back into the end zone. He's going to take that out of the end zone, and Harding is going to score a safety on the first play from scrimmage.
Can't ask for anything better if you're the Harding team right now. Kickoff pins them back deep in their own territory there. Bad snap. Quarterback probably did the right thing there by just kicking it out of the back of the end zone, settling for that 2-point safety. Harding couldn't have asked for anything better there.
So Harding will not only get the 2-point safety, they are going to get possession of the ball here. An early 2-0 lead. That low snap pass from Day Rosser. Rosser had no choice look to pooch that ball out of the end zone and settle for giving up 2 points instead of a possible fumble recovery for a touchdown by Harding.
Yeah, give the senior a lot of credit there. A lot of things he could have tried to do there to try to save that play, but, you know, it's early, first minute of the game. You got to kind of cut your losses there, kicking the ball out of the back of the end zone, only giving up 2 there. Going to take that ball, you're going to kick it off to Harding now. Hope your defense can come out here, get a 3 and out, and kind of get back on the even keel here.
9 seconds into the contest, and Harding out to a 2-0 lead. First inning home run there, man on.
Yeah, John Jay comes in with a 5-5 record. I think they were a number 13 seed here. With the new playoff format, obviously 16 teams making the playoffs. John Jay getting an opportunity to play Cinderella here. Early on, though, those bright lights, you talk about it, everybody wants the lights, but those lights get hot. And you saw in the first play there, a lot of nerves on John Jay's side right there, turning into 2 points for Harding early.
So John Hay will have to kick it off from their 20. So not only will Harding get the ball back, in all likelihood, Harding is going to wind up with excellent field position for their first offensive series.
Number 88, London Ragland, the kick for the
88,
Hornets.
London Ragland, the kicker.
Haven't seen a lot of kickoff returns this year for Harding. Going to give him a great opportunity here.
That's a short kick, fielded around the 42-yard line. That looks like Devin Morgan brings it up the near sideline, gets it into John Hay territory down around the 41-yard line.
Run out of bounds by
Yeah, most of the year, you know, Harding's seen people, either the kicker be able to reach the end zone and therefore an automatic touchback, or the opposing team trying to keep the ball away from those burners back there, so they would kick squibs or they'd kick something to that middle line there. Obviously, John Hay didn't want to do something like that and give up even worse field position, giving our returners an opportunity there, took full advantage, returning the ball inside the John Jay Hornets 40-yard line.
Harding led on their field by Chaz Coleman, and that's Stephen Sims up the middle of the speedster. He bounces it outside. He's going to get some good yardage on that first play inside the Hornet 35-yard line on the first play from scrimmage.
Sims has been a real delight to that backfield this year. Came over, thought he'd probably play primarily corner, you know, defensive back, and out there at wide receiver, Coach Richardson wanted to use some of that elusiveness back in the backfield there, and he's had a great opportunity since my King Adair went down to take over some of those carries from Chaz Coleman and Brandon Coleman and BJ Coleman, and be able to share the load there. But just an excellent addition to that Harding offense this year.
Second down and about 3, just inside the John Hay 35-yard line. And this time Coleman's going to keep it himself. Coleman through the middle. Coleman inside the 20, down about the 20-yard line.
Kind of the bread and butter of what we saw all year. Chaz Coleman dropping back to pass. Designed QB draw right there. You see kind of an RPO there, fakes that handoff, and just uses his speed and the elusiveness and that big 6'5" frame that he has to get the ball upfield to move the chains for a first down.
First and 10 at the John Hay 21-yard line. And there's the give. Looks like to Sims again. Sims busts another nice run inside the 15, down to about the 14.
Brought down by number 18, Kalen Wright.
Yeah, the Hornets have a little bit of size up front, but thus far, that Harding offensive line just really being able to set the tone up front, controlling the line of scrimmage, opening up those holes, whether it be for the quarterbacks or the running backs, to continuously progress that ball upfield and move the chains.
Second down and 3. Raiders at the Hornet 14-yard line. The give again to Sims. Sims trying to look for that left corner and pushed out just inside about the 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal Raiders at the Hornet 3-yard line.
You talk about demoralizing and controlling the line of scrimmage. That time John Hay probably had 6, 7, 8 guys in the box right there, daring Harding to run the ball. They ran that ball to the outside there, straight at the 7 hole. Going to bring up a first and goal here inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal. Sims remains at running back. Sims gets the give again. And he is stopped just short. Gets to about the 1 yard line before he's pulled down. Nice defensive effort there by the Hornets. Second and goal at the Cleveland John Hay 1 yard line.
Yeah, once again, the Hornets stacking the box there with 7.
And number 52.
Able to stop Sims there for minimum to no gain. If I'm Harding, I don't do anything fancy here. It's me versus you. I'm going to impose my will on you right here in the beginning of the game. I'm going to put that defensive line back on Atlantic Street, drive my running back or my quarterback straight into the end zone.
Sims up the middle, and Sims will punch it in for the Harding touchdown. And Harding very early goes on top 8-0 with an extra point attempt to follow.
Absolutely what you want to see from that Harding offense right there. Nothing fancy, straightforward running. Let your offensive line take control of the line of scrimmage there. They stack the box, it doesn't matter. It's me versus you, man on man. I'm gonna beat you. Running back straight up the one hole there. Touchdown. Harding's gonna go up early here. Looks like they're gonna go for 2.
Harding with the bonus points already off the safety, and that's Steven Sims one more time. He will be uncontested into the right corner of that end zone, and Harding, 3 minutes into this game, take an early 10-0 lead, and everything has gone right for Harding in the first 3 minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, couldn't ask for anything better. You know, the John Hay team, long ride up here to Harding from to Molotov Stadium from Cleveland. Going to be even a longer ride back if they don't get some motivation on that sideline. You know, it's you know, you get the opportunity here. Ohio High School Athletic Association expanded the playoffs. 16 teams make it. You know, there's a lot of talk back and forth. Is that good? Is that bad? But I'll tell you, if you're down there on the field playing, that's all you want is an opportunity. Well, tonight, John Hay has that opportunity here at historical Molotov Stadium to shock, if not the world, at least shock Ohio and come out of here with a victory. But there's got to be some motivation on that sideline. It's still early, but going down 10-0, going to be difficult. But it's still early. They got a lot of time here. But once again, you got that opportunity, you got to take advantage of it if you're John Hay.
And it falls on Harding, even though things have come in easy so far. Got to keep that foot on the pedal. You don't give a wounded dog a chance to get back in this.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, you know, a couple turnovers, and you know this could easily go the other way.
That ball is bobbled by number 80. Eludes one tackle. That's number 80. Davion McDowell on the return. Raiders are signaling the ball. The referee is calling it down. So the Hornets are going to have a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line after the Harding kickoff.
You know, in Harding, you know, there's no question if the players haven't done it, the coaches have. You know, they look at these brackets. They see how they play out. They know if they can get this win. They know it looks like if Austintown gets that win over Mayfield, it's set up for a Week 10 rematch between Harding and Austintown, which they had a comeback win, but they ended up handling very, very well in the end. Harding knows they've got a great opportunity to get to the 3rd round. Want to try to get them off the field. Looks like you're going to have a false start here. But I'm sure the coaches would love to be able to kind of get this score in a place where they can start sitting and resting some of those starters and start looking forward to the upcoming rounds in the playoffs.
Motion penalty on the Hornets. Going to set Cleveland John Hay back another 5. They'll go back to their 20. It'll be 1st down and 15.
John Hay knows they've got a mountain to climb here. Obviously, pre-snap penalties aren't going to help.
Change the game clock to 8-5-6.
Rosser hands that ball off to his running back, and he finds almost no room. He might have picked up a yard on that play, bring up a 2nd down and 14 for the Hornets.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for the offense and defensive side. You know, this is where you work on fundamentals. You know, when you know that you're going to win the talent battle on the other side, this is where you work on the fundamentals. This is where you work on all those things that the coaches coach you to do. You know, getting your steps right, form tackling, beating your blocks, setting your blocks. This is that game that you take that opportunity to really define those fundamentals that you've been taught all these years.
Steps back to pass. He finds a man over the middle. That looked like number 17.
Complete to number 13.
Or 13 rather. Ashantez Glenn, the big wide receiver at 6'7" out there.
Tackled on the play by number 11.
9-yard gain brings up a manageable 3rd down and 1 for the Hornets.
34-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big body out there. Big target to hit.
3rd down and 1.
Rosser pitches that one out. That's going to be a 1st down for the Hornets. That was number 4, Dylan Clay on the carry. Nice carry out to about the 46-yard line, and all of a sudden the Hornets showing a little bit of life, and they're on the move here.
Yeah, a little old school football right there, traditional option. Coleman comes up on that blitz. Quarterback wisely gets it out to his running back there, able to just use that speed and athleticism to get up the field to the outside to move the sticks for a 1st down.
That's Clay again, and this time Clay gets maybe a yard. Looks like you're going to spot him ahead a yard out to about the 47-yard line, maybe the 48-yard line. Give him 2 yards for 2nd down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, right now it's been tough sledding for the Hornets trying to attack that middle right now. Harding with those 2 linebackers, juniors, Raychwan Hill and Smith in the middle. Been talking about them all year long, but they found some opportunity to the outside using that speed and athleticism to get around the corners.
Rosser back to pass, looking downfield. He's being chased out of the pocket. There was nobody out there to throw to. He's going to have to get rid of that one. That brings up 3rd down and 8.
Well, he did make the line of scrimmage there. He was outside the pocket, did throw the ball past the line of scrimmage, and so that looks like that's why there was no intentional grounding on that play.
Rosser went left on that play, had 3 receivers come right. There was nobody on that side of the field, so it must have been some sort of miscommunication on that play, but it's 3rd down and 8. Rosser back to pass again. Way overthrows Ashantez Glenn. Again, another bout of miscommunication, it looks like. He expected Glenn to do one thing. Glenn stopped short.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to that Raider defense applying the pressure there. Rosser, seeing the situation that he had, getting that ball out instead of taking the big loss. But that's still going to bring up here 4th and 8 in a punting situation for the Hornets.
Looks like number 88, London Ragland, who
on the punt for the Hornets, number
did the kicking off after the safety.
Back deep for the Raiders. Number 9, Coleman.
Harris Coleman Bay had a nice game last week at Austintown Fitch. He is back to return this punt.
Watch the pressure up the middle.
A low snap, almost blocked. Harris Coleman Bay is going to take it. He's trying to make the corner. He's at the 40. Gets it out to about the 44-yard line.
That was number 0, Raylan Adams, back deep to receive the punt.
Looks like that was Raylan Adams, number 0. Those 0s and 9s look very similar from our distance there. Adams got the corner there, able to advance the ball up to the 45-yard line. Luckily, the Hornets lucky to get that off. You can see Chaz Coleman coming straight up the middle on the blitz there. I don't know if he had something to do with that low line drive kick, but going to give the Raiders offense a great opportunity here at their own 45.
1st and 10, Harding at the 45. 6:14 to go here in the 1st quarter. Harding with a 10-0 lead.
Single safety. They're going to have some one-on-ones to the outside here.
Coleman gets it out to Sims, and Sims is met hard by number 4, Dylan Clay, who had that one read from the beginning.
Yeah, you can see that traditional screen they've been running. 10, Richardson can't get his block. Give a lot of credit there to number 4, Clay Dillon, being able to swim around Richardson with a big hit on Sims. See if a play like that is something that can give some spark to the Hornets, get them back in this game.
Ball's at the 41.
Raiders, that's their first negative play from scrimmage on the night. Takes them back 2nd and 14. 3 receivers head to the top of your screen. Coleman straight drop back. He's looking for Marcus Crum down the middle. He finds that ball's up, and that is going to be picked off by Cleveland John Hay. A little bit of a floater there. Looking for Crum deep down the middle. Didn't quite have the air under that ball. And John Hay picks up the turnover. They'll have it 1st and 10 right around their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, Coleman was able to step into his pass there, just kind of underthrew it, under a little pressure there, but just underthrew the receivers there. It looked like he had a couple people open downfield with that one-on-one coverage, just unfortunately not able to get enough oomph behind that to lead his receiver. That's going to give John Hay an opportunity here that they were looking for. Down early here, 10-0.
Rosser finally hands it off to Clay up the middle. He might pick up 3 on that play, bring up a 2nd down and 7 or 8. Looks like maybe they're giving him 2 out to the 26-yard line.
Hand off to number 21.
Yeah, something that you saw become prevalent in the last 5 years. That RPO there, you could tell the quarterback just couldn't quite make up his mind if he wanted to give that or kind of take it back out and hit the outside. Plays like that could easily turn into turnovers. Fortunate for the Hornets, they were able to keep the ball here with a gain of 3.
My mistake, that was Gabriel Beard on that last carry. Rosser steps back to pass. Finds his man over the middle. That looks like it's going to be another John Hay 1st down.
Yeah, John Hay trying to take advantage of what the defense is giving him there. You can see the corners are giving him good 10, 12-yard cushion. Linebackers are pushed up in the middle, so they're going to try to take advantage of those slant routes.
Pass complete to number 8, Volante Robinson. 1st and 10. John Hay at their 35-yard line. And Rosser back to pass once again, looking for a Shantez Glenn, and again, throws it deep down the sideline. I'm not sure, they don't seem to be on the same page at the moment.
Not at all, almost like he gave up on the route there, didn't think that the ball was going to come to him. He thought the receiver was going to keep that 9 route down the sideline, and you could tell he kind of gave up on that route early there, trying to take advantage of his size to the outside to put that, that 50-50 ball up there, but well over his head, as we've seen the last 3 out of the last 4 passes go.
2nd down and 10 for the Hornets. And again, Rosser back. Again, Rosser down that sideline looking for Glenn. And again, overthrows Glenn by a lot.
Rosser's pass again intended for number 13, Glenn.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming up the middle. Quarterback still down on the field.
10, Matt Richardson, ball's incomplete.
Looks like Rosser is slow getting up on that play.
Timeout for an injury. Injury timeout.
Yeah, seeing some of these errant passes, but give a lot of credit also to that Raider front 4 as well as those 2 outside linebackers. Generally speaking, that's going to be number 1, Chaz Coleman, and number 7, Deshaun Wynn, putting a lot of pressure from the outside on the quarterback, really only leaving him with one option, and that's climbing up in the pocket. But when the defensive line, when those front 4 are getting pressure, it's just nowhere for the quarterback to go. No opportunity to be able to step into that throw, get some air under it, and get it out there. But right now, that's not been the problem. He's getting enough air under it. He's getting a little too much air under it.
And it's good to see Day Rosser up under his own power. Looks like he's walking well enough. He may only miss this play. 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, hopefully the young man only got, the wind knocked out of him there.
35-yard line.
See who the Hornets have subbed in at quarterback on this crucial 3rd and 10.
I think that's going to be number 8, Volante Robinson. He caught the last pass. They have him listed as a quarterback, so I think Volante Robinson steps in, a quarterback for Day Rosser.
See if we see a wildcat here from the wide receiver. And there he
Robbins
goes.
is going to keep it. He can't elude the first tackler. Gets only a couple, and that's going to bring up another 4th down and long for Cleveland John Hay, just inside their own 40-yard line, about the 39.
Takes it out to the 39-yard line where he's tackled.
Yeah, you bring the wide receiver in for quarterback there on a 3rd and 10. Difficult position for him to be in there. That's why before the play I kind of called that a wildcat. You know, putting one of your running back wide receivers back there, seeing if they can do something with their legs. Obviously, they look at this as 4-down territory, wanting to take advantage of that opportunity in the best field position they've had of the night.
And the Hornets are going to use one of their timeouts and talk this over.
Timeout on the field.
I'm sure they'd like to hang on to the ball a little bit longer, try to work their way back into this ball game.
Fireworks are sponsored by API Phone Systems. Their first just a reminder.
So yesterday it was 80, today it is not.
It is not.
And from what I hear, next week it'll be 80 again. Interesting weather, a great day yesterday though, a little bit of rain, you know, that we had, but Halloween trick-or-treat, the kids got to get out there and have some fun, and you know, I think some parents had some fun as well with the decorations and passing candy out. Couldn't have asked for better weather though.
.328 to go here in the opening quarter. Harding out to a quick 10-0 lead. Things seem to have settled down a little bit since then. The Hornets are going to go for this on 4th down and 6. Looks like Day Rosser back in after taking a play off.
Continue to watch that matchup to the high side, that sophomore Matty Richardson.
Rosser's going to keep it. He's going to slip and fall, and the Raiders are going to take over on downs all the way down at the Cleveland John Hay 37-yard line.
You know, I think the Hornets did what they felt they had to do right there. Best field position they had. Trying to capitalize off of that turnover they had there with the 4th and 6. But the Raider defense wasn't having it there. Talked about watching that matchup there between sophomore Matty Richardson and their big receiver out there, Glenn. But thus far, all year long, Matty Richardson, sophomore, number 10, has proven that he's been a lockdown quarterback out there, not afraid to put him out on an island by himself.
Coleman under center, the handoff to Sims. Sims picks up 6 or 7 down to the 30-yard line. Looks like a 2nd down and 3 coming up for Harding.
Down by number 22, Jalen Reynolds.
Yeah, you see they're able. Hayes not able to set the edge there. Sims able to use that speed. Little jump cut to the outside. Able to get him upfield for a nice gain to bring up a 2nd and 3 here. Playbook wide open for the offense.
Coleman remains under center for this play. And again, it's Steven Sims. Sims up the middle. He'll get the 1st down on this play and take it down to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that front line for John Hay, you see a lot of catching there. Not coming off the ball, kind of waiting back, kind of catching, what we call catching. When you're not attacking that offensive lineman, you're kind of waiting back almost like a mush rush. But unfortunately, that offensive line is coming at you. They're engaging, getting their blocks in, setting their blocks, and the running backs are getting upfield.
Sims again. He eludes a couple tacklers, takes it inside the 20.
Hand off to Sims on 1st down.
4-yard gain at the 19, brings up a 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders.
Yeah, I really like how they're using Sims this game. A lot of times we see a lot of running by number 1, Chaz Coleman, the quarterback. But if the Raiders want to advance into the playoffs.
Sims again, and he's going to get chased down for a loss. Back around the 27-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Harding. 3rd and about 14, all the way back to the 27-yard line.
Exactly what the defense needed right there, chasing down Sims to the outside. But as I was saying, you know, you want to seize the diversity of the offense here. Can't let the defense just strictly key on one person, not only because they'll end up shutting it down, but I mean, number 1, Coleman is a big is a big-time player on defense as well. So you want to be able to see that diversity. Good to see Sims and some of the other players stepping up to be able to take off some of that
Coleman
load.
drops back to pass, looks over the middle, finds a man. That looks like Marcus Crum. Crum's going to get it up to about the 17-yard line and a little bit more manageable on fourth down. It'll be a 4th down and 5 at that point.
Looks like they're going to bring on the field goal unit.
Jerron Edmonds a chance here to tack another 3 on.
Marcus Crum with a big game last week against Austintown with a touchdown. One of Chaz Coleman's favorite targets this year.
Edmonds is going to set up on the 25. This will be a 35-yard attempt for Harding. The kick is a low line drive. That's going to go under the crossbar. No good. And John Hay dodges another bullet, staying within a couple possessions so far in this game.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic. Jerron, a little inconsistent at the beginning of the year. Over the last few games, we've seen some better consistency out of him there. Was kind of questionable when they scored that touchdown that they did choose to go for 2. But then when they brought him on for the 35-yarder, but unfortunately just not able to connect there. Hopefully we get some more points on the board, get the young man back out there and get that confidence up.
There's a handoff up the middle, and there was absolutely nothing there for that John Hay running back. No gain on that play.
That's a turnover.
2nd down and 10.
It's like that's a turnover, it's a fumble.
And it looks like there was indeed a fumble on that play. Harding recovers, and all of a sudden Harding 1st down and 10 at the John Hay 21-yard line with 24 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
And John Hay having opportunities but just can't seem to get out of their own way. Defensive stop there, missed field goal, gave them an opportunity after their interception, weren't able to convert on 4th down in their own territory. The defense able to hold that Harding offense out of the end zone, but unfortunately a fumble on the first play is going to give the Raider ball in great field position. Got it.
Pass over the middle, touchdown Raiders!
Looks like that's 29, Marcus Crum. One of the leading receivers, him, Harris Coleman Bay, and Devin Morgan all year. Names we've been calling. Marcus Crum, though, just a simple post route right over the middle. No safety. Cornerback had no help. Don't know if that was a miscommunication to where the corner thought maybe he'd have some safety help over the top there, but Crum just able to beat him easily. Nice pitch and catch by Coleman to Crum there.
Harding setting up to go for 2 again. On top 16-0 with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Coleman's going to keep this one. He is not going to make it. He's going to get dragged down around the 3-yard line. So after the 21-yard touchdown toss from Coleman to Marcus Crum, the Raiders go on top 16-0 as we near the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, right now, just, all factions of the game. Harding just dominating right now. John Hay finding themselves with opportunity, with the turnover, with the hold there on 4th down, but the unfortunate fumble. And then, we've just seen some, on offense, we've seen some miscommunications between the quarterback and his receivers. That time, obviously, looked like either just a straight out, beat by the wide receiver in the corner, or maybe some miscommunication on defense, thinking that he had some safety help deep there. But John Hay down here early in the first half. Still 20 seconds left in the first quarter, but they got to get it together. This is your opportunity, and it's slowly or quickly slipping away from you here at Mollenkoff Stadium.
Back for the Hornets, number 22, Javion Reynolds.
It looks like that's a.
Not sure what.
It looks like that was an attempted onside kick, but it doesn't look like it went far enough. Let me see, did he miss the ball, or was that I'm assuming that was an attempted onside kick there.
Harding possibly trying to slam this door shut early. And what that's going to do is going to let John Hay have their best field position by far of the evening. This might be their first time on the Harding side of the field. 1st and 10 at the Harding 42-yard line.
Yeah, this is, like we talked about, this is one of those mistakes that John Hay has to take advantage of.
Rosser gets that pitch out. It's a pass back option going down the field looking for Glenn.
Looked like that was Sims back
Coverage
there.
down there by Sims.
Great discipline. Great discipline there. Kept his responsibility. Didn't keep his eyes in the backfield. Stayed on his receiver all the way downfield. No opportunity there. Like John Hay, they've been looking at that option all night. They've had a little bit of success on it. They were hoping that that Raider defense was going to come up and bite on that option. But Sims kept his responsibility, stayed man-to-man with him all the way downfield, able to bring up this 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Harding 42-yard line. And that give is to number 2, Aiden Cameron.
It's going to be the last play of the first quarter.
And that will indeed take us to the end of the first quarter with your score. Harding 16, Cleveland John Hay 0 here in the first round of the Division II State Championship playoffs.
I think, Tom, first of all, welcome back. Great job last week. Mr. Whitaker came up and was able to step in your state, but as I tell anybody, you know, there's nothing like Tom Bird on a call.
Appreciate that.
The excitement, just the energy you bring, you know, to this broadcast, and it's just, it's unmatched, and we enjoyed having Fred up here. He did a great job, but nothing like having my partner Tom Bird back. Glad you got to spend some time with the family last week, but glad to see you back here for what we would assume to be our last broadcast of the season.
Pleasure to be back. I was disappointed. I hate to have to miss a game, but went down to see my 2 UC Bearcat alumni perform in the alumni band homecoming weekend at the University of Cincinnati. Caught a good ball game down there. Watched the Bearcats defeat Arizona State. And it's great to be back home calling one more Raider football game for the 2024 season. And at least if this one's in, I'll get to say a proper goodbye later on this season. But right now, we got 3 quarters of business to attend to. Day-Day Rosser brings his offense back out on the field to start the second quarter, facing a 3rd down and 7. Hornets trying desperately to get back into this contest. Rosser over the middle, looking for Volante Robinson over there, who looks like that's Steven Sims on the coverage again.
Now, if I know John Hay's thinking about going for it here, but you know, this is, you got to think, you're still earlier. 11:56, just started the second quarter. This is the first time you've been in Harding territory. Start to flip the field right here. This is where, if you can put that punt inside the 10-yard line, start to flip the field. Give that. You've already shown that you can stop this Harding offense. You've done it once already. You've gotten a turnover already. Instead of going for it here on a 4th and 7, which is going to be difficult, think about flipping the field right here. Punt the ball, try to get inside the 10, start playing on that Harding side of the field instead of playing on the John Hay side of the field.
Over the middle, and there was nothing going on there. Glenn took a big hit. I think it was Raytwan Williams laying the smackdown on O'Shawntes Glenn. And the ball falls out there. It's another turnover on downs for the Raiders. They're going to take over at their own 39-yard line.
Just too predictable there. I mean, it's 4th and 7. You haven't, done anything to establish the running game. Obviously, the defense knows you're passing. It might as well have been 4th and 18 right there. So, Raytwan Hill, middle linebacker, his first step isn't up. His first step is back. He drops into that zone coverage. You've got the cornerback covering, who you know they're going to go to, their number 1 receiver, the big guy, and you got your linebacker stepping back there in that zone coverage and knock it down. Now all of a sudden Harding takes over near their own 40-yard line.
Stephen Sims again up the middle, and just as he's done all night long, getting 7-8 yards on that first down carry, brings up a 2nd down and 3 out at the Harding 46-yard line.
Yeah, give that offensive line a lot of credit.
2nd down and 3.
Just, imposing their will right now on that defensive line over there for the Hornets, being able to just knock off these gashes of 6, 7, 8 yards. Give it 3, 4 more runs. You're going to see that big one get broke. It's just a matter of time at this point.
Coleman's going to keep that one up the middle, and that was spied out pretty nicely by the John Hay defense. Actually lose a yard, make it 2nd down and 4 from the 45-yard line. Fake that jet sweeper on the right end, but John Hay had that sniffed out.
Yeah, you can tell they've watched some film there. They didn't go with the receiver, or excuse me, they didn't go with the slot back there as he was coming across for that jet sweep there, probably in a zone in their defensive backfield there, but that left that outside linebacker over there free to kind of just spy on the quarterback there, Chaz Coleman. One of the better plays by the defense that we've seen tonight.
3rd and 4. 45-yard line of Harding. Low snap. Coleman scoops it up, gets the pass off. That is caught out there, but not enough for a 1st down. Big hit over there on that far sideline.
I think that was 29, Marcus Crum. Low snap. Coleman able to corral that. Big arm to get it out there to the sideline. They're going to give him some forward progress. I think Harding's going to take their opportunity now with this 4th and 2. The way that offensive line has been performing the majority of the night. Analytics, right, as they would say, the analytics say that this is, you go for it here.
DeJuan Lucas for John Hay with the big hit on that last play. And Harding is not going to get that. They are turned back by the Hornets, and the Hornets are going to take over and for the 2nd time have the ball on the Harding side of the field at the Harding 44-yard line.
I give a lot of credit to that John Hay defense. From everything that's happened, you could easily see where they've already packed it up, but obviously a lot of fight still left in this team. But I go back to, they've shown the ability to be able to stop them. Why go for it on 4th and 7 when you could have pinned Harding back and you could have started playing on Harding's side of the field? But hey, it's all worked out. They got a fresh set of downs. Now it's going to be up to that Harding defense to get this John Hay offense off the field.
Day Rosser, Hornet quarterback. He's in that backfield all by himself, waiting for their 11th man. Finally got in there.
Got to talk about the play.
Gabriel Beard, the running back, checking in.
Looks like they're going to want to talk about it.
Hornets are going to have to spend a timeout. Otherwise, they were probably looking at a delay of game penalty right there. And that is, they need those timeouts, but they save the 5 yards, which is probably a little more important at this juncture.
Yeah, they're down to 1 timeout, but right now with 9:33 left, right now the most important thing is just getting it right. We've seen some turnovers by this John Hay team, and right now, excellent opportunity coming off the momentum of that of getting that stop on 4th down. Want to make sure you get it right. Obviously, you don't want to burn the timeout, but you don't want to. A turnover would be worse. So make sure you get it right. Try to establish. They've had some opportunities to the outside. They've had some opportunities in the middle with some of those crossing patterns there. It's just getting their big receiver, Ashantez Glenn, and getting their quarterback kind of on the same page. Whether it be down, throwing something deep with this one-on-one coverage they have, or finding something over the middle, they just got to start making some connections here.
The aforementioned Glenn down here on the near sideline, and that is who, well, Rosser was looking for Clay out there, and if that passes up a little bit and Clay catches that, he had nothing but open field in front of him, so that play was there. Couldn't quite get the pass into Dylan Clay's hands on that one. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, line seems like they're providing some time for the quarterback to go through, at least if not the first, the second, and even in some instances the 3rd progression there to find the receivers, just not on the same page, the quarterback and his receivers here in the first half.
And that handoff is to Clay, and Clay is dropped for about a 4-yard loss all the way back to the 49-yard line.
Yeah.
Brings up a 3rd down and about 15.
Number 1, Chaz Coleman just coming in and just submarining that play right there. Getting underneath his blocker and then continuing that low motion into the legs of the running back to bring up a loss of 4 and a long 3rd and 15 here for John Hay.
Third down and 15 for the Hornets. They're back at their they're at the Harding 49-yard line. 8:50 and counting here in the first half. Another low snap. Rosser picks it up, looking deep downfield. And that ball is picked off. It was overthrown. Looking for Glenn again.
Like that was number 10, Matty Richardson out there. Like a center fielder.
Looking for Amir Powell out there, but as so many of Rosser's passes have been tonight, it was overthrown, and Matty Richardson was there waiting on it.
Yeah, Rosser had some time there. You see he took his 3 to 5 step drop there. Didn't have a lot of pressure, but as you see, as he releases, he's releasing off of that back leg, all arm there, probably overcompensated because he was throwing with all arm. Overthrew it there, and Matty Richardson, like a center fielder, not Aaron Judge of the World Series. He caught the ball, and it resulted in a 1st and 10 for the Raiders offense. I mean, we got to take a shot at the Yankees, right? I mean, it's...
Coleman's going to keep this one, makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It falls forward for a gain of almost 5 out to the 30.
Takes it out to the 30-yard line. Tackle by number 5, Isaac Wiley.
You know, we disappointed the Guardians. Only, you know, they make it to the ALCS. You know, get beat out by the dreaded Yankees. But you know, there was kind of that disappointment. I was telling my wife, if the Browns were the Guardians, how, you know, we forget. We just forget. You know, if the Browns could have half of the success that the Guardians have had in the beginning of the season, who were these guys?
Absolutely.
End up being one of the 4 top teams in baseball.
Coleman again going to keep that one, and he's going to be dragged down for a loss this time back to about the 27-yard line. 3rd down and 8 coming up, maybe 3rd and 7.
You know, quietly over these last 3 possessions, that John Hay defense has come up. We haven't seen a lot since the last score here. That John Hay defense has really found some, we talk about halftime adjustments. Looked like there were some adjustments after that first quarter to where they've really been able to hold this Harding offense in check.
Speaking of the Guardians, big signing today, Alex Bregman from the Astros.
Oh, yeah.
Beefing up that batting order a little bit. Harding, 3rd and 7 at their own 28-yard line. Coleman drops straight back to pass, looking out over the middle. That ball is caught at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Raiders. Steven Sims.
Nope, looked like that was Coleman Bay. That was 9.
That was Coleman Bay, number 9.
Looked like he had 2 options there. Coleman Bay was running the wheel route right up the seam there, but it looked like he had Sims coming across on like a drag or a post route, overthrew that post route, but perfect pass right there to Eris Coleman Bay, one of his other favorite targets to move the sticks.
My apologies to Eris there. Nice catch, Eris. There's Sims up the middle, and again, 5-6 yards. Harding seems to always be playing from a 2nd down and short situation, and that's a situation that most offenses would dearly love to be in on a consistent basis.
Oh, absolutely, Tom. I mean, it opens up the playbook. You want to take that deep shot. You want to run that trick play. You know that you've got 3rd very manageable coming up. If you don't get it, I mean, 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2 is just, I mean, the offensive coordinators salivate over things like that, and that only happens when you don't get behind the sticks on pre-snap penalties and you're successful on 1st down.
Coleman going to keep that, gets around that left end. He's got a 1st down and more out around a 30-yard line. Gets it down to about the 32 actually, and that's another 1st and 10 Harding.
Yeah, it really seems that the running game is consistent here. You know, they want to mix it up, kind of keep John Hay on their heels because they have snuffed out a couple of these runs, so they want to try to keep them honest with mixing in some passes with the run game. And I think they've done a pretty good job of that. But right now, overall, that offensive line just really taking control of the trenches there and just consistently moving the sticks.
Coleman back to pass. Looking for it all. He's got Devin Morgan all by himself. Touchdown Raiders from 32 yards.
All by himself. I mean, if you saw that offensive line blocking there, I saw about 2-3 pancakes up front. Gave Chaz Coleman all the time in the world to be able to scan the field to find a wide open Devin Morgan down the near sideline.
And the Raiders go up 22-0 on Chaz Coleman's second touchdown toss of the evening, this time to Devin Morgan, again from 32 yards. And once more, the Raiders looking to try to put 2 on the board.
Interesting, they continuously want to go from the helter-skelter offense here. It looks like they're going to come into a traditional set.
Now we're going to kick.
Oh.
That kick is up, and that splits the uprights. Much better look there for Jaron Edmonds. And the Raiders now 23-0 with 5:43 to go here in the first half at Mullenkoff Stadium.
John Hay comes in here, obviously a considerable underdog, and when you talk about what it takes for an underdog to win, you got to take some chances. That means you're going to have to go with some one-on-ones. You're going to have to send some blitzes. You're going to have to leave yourself vulnerable. And just as you see there, you got to take those chances. You got to leave yourselves vulnerable. But when you don't get home, this is what happens. When you have those one-on-ones, when you try to send that blitz and it doesn't work, a team that's favored as the Raiders are right now, they can find those holes that you've left open and they can exploit them. That's the difficulty of being the underdog, is in order for you to compete, you've got to take some chances, and those chances got to work out for you.
$23-0 Harding. Couple touchdown passes. We had a short touchdown run in there by Stephen Sims. Safety on that first play from scrimmage.
Tom, we haven't seen James Jones all night.
Big long kick from Jaron Edmonds, and that will go into the end zone.
Edmonds' kick goes into the end zone for the touchback.
Evans showing some strong leg on that kickoff.
At their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see as we get, about 5-6 minutes left here. Harding come up with a stop here. We'll see if the offense can get back on the field here before the half. But James Jones, usually see him a couple series a game. Haven't seen him this first half. Last week, I believe 10 of 12, couple touchdowns, over 100 yards passing. By far the best outing that the sophomore has had with the limited amount of time that he gets under center during the games.
Hornets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Another low snap. That's the handoff. Looks like to maybe Gabrielle Beard. Gets it out to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Actually, that was number 22.
To number 22.
Javion Edwards.
Javion
Reynolds. Javion Reynolds on that carry. Carry of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Looked like that was 11. Aiden Allen. Looked like the cleanup there was by 20. Raytwan Hill. 3 juniors there with Aiden Allen, Raytwan Hill, and Tyler Smith. Looking for big things out of this defense going into their senior years.
Rosser back to pass over the middle.
Yeah.
Again, there was Delonte Robinson and Ashantez Glenn. He split the difference between the two of them.
He's got opportunity, but if you watch him, he's just not getting his feet set. Not a lot of pressure. He had opportunity back there, but just leaning back and throwing off that back foot seems like possibly, just with that all-arm action, just kind of overcompensating, just not able to put the ball on his receivers.
3rd down and 7 for the Hornets. Just under 5 minutes to play in the first half. 4:53 to go. And Rosser will step back once again. This time he finds Glenn over the middle. And that will be a first down for John Hay out around the 34-yard line.
You see on that play, he talked about before how he was kind of throwing off the back foot, not able to put the ball onto his receiver. That time, he felt the pressure. Instead of escaping to the outside, he climbed up into the pocket. He was able to throw off that front foot, put something into it, and with that, he was able to have the accuracy to put it right on the numbers between the 1 and the 3 of his receiver to advance the chains for a first down.
First and 10 out at the 34-yard line. Rosser puts it up, and again
flat-footed, not stepping into that throw, and just overthrowing the receiver there. Really like to see him there with that opportunity, that nice pocket protection he has to be able to step into the throw and just, you know, it's the fundamentals, it's the mechanics of being back there in the pocket, but let's not take credit away from the Raider defense of making him feel that he's got to get that ball off a little quicker than he may need to on every play.
Second down and 10 for the Cleveland John Hay Hornets. Own 34-yard line. Rosser again looking deep. Was looking for number 19, Amir Powell. Could not make the connection. Brings up third down and 10.
Yeah, had an opportunity there. Identified that one-on-one coverage there. Steps into the throw.
Ball's incomplete, depending on the play.
Just right outside of the reach as a receiver there. McCoy on that island out there by himself, defended it well. Going to give the Raiders an opportunity with about 4 minutes left when they get the ball back. All 3 timeouts remaining.
And John Hay, we thought they were going to punt, and they come out. They got the offense out there again. They're trying to hang on to this.
Well,
a lot of pressure on Rosser. Barely got that off. That ball will fall incomplete, and the Raiders are going to take over once again deep in John Hay territory. Rosser was hit hard on that play, and he's not getting up.
A lot of pressure coming from his high side there. He could see it. It was in front of him. Chaz Coleman, as usual, coming off that end. Give Rosser the credit for staying in the pocket there, delivering a pretty decent pass there. Looked like the receiver just wasn't really expecting it.
.406 to go here in the second quarter. Harding out to a 23-0 lead. And if things continue the way they are, it may be a fastly paced second half.
Yeah, you could definitely see a running clock here soon. You know, Harding, obviously, you want to come out, you want to get a good showing. You know, it's almost like, you know, those first 10 games, they almost become preseason scrimmages. This is what counts. Good to see the young man able to leave the field under his own power. But, you know, Harding, you know, being above that 8 seed, obviously, have the ability to play a lesser of a ranked opponent. Be able to use this game as kind of almost like a preseason game within the postseason to get themselves ready for the.
I thought that last play was 4th down. Apparently, it was 3rd down.
Oh yeah, I saw we sent Adams back deep. Oh, he needed to get away from that.
I don't think it touched him.
No, not the way they're reacting.
Harding lucky to get away with that one. They're going to take over the downed punt at their own 41-yard line. That was awful close to being a muff.
First and 10. 3:56 left.
First and 10, Harding.
Yeah, but great opportunity here before the half. 3:56, all 3 timeouts. Got plenty of time here. So Raiders take the field. Want to give a shout out. I know one of Warren's favorite sons, Mark Marvin, out in New Mexico. Had an opportunity to talk to him while he was in town. Never misses a game when he's here. Know he's listening out there west in New Mexico. Mark, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying the game.
Coleman's going to keep it again. He'll get a first down. He's going to break loose. And Chaz Coleman from the 41-yard line, still on his feet, inside the 20, inside the 15, all the way down to the Hornet 10-yard line.
It's just a matter of time as they were chipping away. That offensive line just providing the opportunities for the running backs and the quarterbacks to get upfield there. Great vision by Chaz. Love that cutback at the end there. But John Hay able to just make a shoestring tackle to keep Coleman out of the end zone, but going to get a great opportunity here at the 10-yard line. All 3 timeouts left, still over 3 minutes left in the half.
49-yard scamper by Chaz Coleman, and it is 1st and goal Raiders at the 10-yard line.
Oh.
And there's a bad snap. Coleman gets on and covers it up. Harding keeps the ball, but they're going to take a loss all the way back to the 25-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 25.
2nd down and goal.
Yeah, almost like John Hay started the game.
From the 24.
You know, John Hay's had their opportunities here. You know, they've absolutely had some opportunities here. Give credit to the discipline, if you will, for this Harding team, that when the adversity has come to their doorstep, they've been able to overcome it. But absolutely, John Hay has had some opportunities here, something that Coach Richardson's going to want to clean up, considering this game continues to go the same way. Going to want to clean up before they go into week 2 of the playoffs.
2nd down and goal. Harding all the way back at the 24-yard line. Coleman's going to step back to pass. He's going to tuck this and keep it inside the 20. Dragging that pile inside up to about the 15-yard line. That's where I think they're going to mark his progress up closer to the 15. And that 6'3", 230-pound frame, once it gets some momentum going, it's hard to bring down.
Yeah, give him a lot of credit. I mean, the offensive line gave him a lot of time back there. You know, I know a lot of times he's seen as a running quarterback, but he stuck back in the pocket, went through his progressions, see what he could find. A lot of man-to-man defense there. So you saw those corners, the whole secondary kind of back in the end zone. I think if he would have tried to continue to take that to the outside, may have been able to score a touchdown. But instead, he planted that left foot, tried to get upfield. John Hay was able to keep him to a reasonable gain there to bring this to a long 3rd and 16.
8-yard run for Chaz Coleman, and looks like...
Yeah, they're going to want to burn one of those timeouts here.
Think an equipment timeout possibly, or?
No, yep, looks like you're right. Are they going to take one? Let's see.
Not sure what that was. It doesn't look like a timeout.
I think they're going to end up taking one.
So Chaz doesn't have to come off the field.
No harm, no foul. You had 3 timeouts here deep in the Hornets territory here. You absolutely want to get this right here. Don't want to give the Hornets any type of positive thoughts going into the locker room here with 1:23 left in the first half.
And not to rub salt into that wound, but Harding will receive the second half kickoff when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, going into this game, what do we say, 5-13 matchup, something like that. Obviously, John Hay knew the mountain they had to climb here. Harding, you know, they're not dumb either. They knew, you know, the opportunity they had tonight, and they've taken full advantage of that. John Hay's had some opportunities, just not able to capitalize on them. But I will give the kids on the other side of the field here, John Hay, a lot of credit. They've shown a lot of fight. This game could easily already have a running clock, but if not for the character of the other team on the other side here, the kids of John Hay, they've stuck in here and they've continued to fight. And then it looks like we got a pre-snap penalty here. Looks like they're going to call false start on the Raiders. Going to bring up a 3rd and even longer here, 3rd and 21.
False start, 66 offense. 5 yards, still 3rd down.
It looked like that was, at least for the moment, it was number 16, Asa Birch, standing in there at quarterback. And now Chaz Coleman's going to make his way back in.
That's interesting. I don't know, obviously we didn't get the communication up here, but I assume they called that timeout to kind of thwart whatever the issue was that was going to make Chaz come out. And interesting that they went with, I believe, the freshman, Asa, instead of going with the sophomore, James Jones, that we've seen a considerable amount this year, but have not seen him tonight.
They're going to bring Asa in again as Chaz Coleman makes his way back to the sideline. And that is Asa Birch stepping in at quarterback, the freshman. Minute 23 to go here in the half. A 3rd and goal at the John Hay 21-yard line. Birch with the handoff up the middle to Steven Sims. Sims is going to get it inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line, where it'll be 4th and goal at that point.
Interesting call here. 4th and goal. I'm sure Harding's good with letting this clock continue to run. Hornets probably are too. We'll see if they choose to go for it, if they bring on Edmonds here to tack 3 on.
Looks like Chaz Coleman getting ready to come back in. He'll come back in for this 4th down play.
Looks like they are going to choose to go for it here. 4th and touchdown. See what the defense is going to give you here.
4th and goal at the 8-yard line. Coleman will step back to pass over the middle. Almost complete in there. Nice defensive effort by the Hornets to keep the Raiders out of the end zone, and the score will remain 23-0. 24 seconds left to play as the Hornets take over on downs at their own 8-yard line.
Yeah, once again, a huge defensive stand there by the Hornets. You're looking to go up. You're looking at a 30-0 score. Now listen, let's not pretend 23-0 is a great score, but better than 30-0
Yes.
going into the half there, and maybe something to build on when you talk to your team in the locker room. Look, guys, we've stopped them. We've gotten turnovers. We've held them on 4th down multiple times. We just, you just got to put together. You got to complete the play. You've got to be able to put together these drives.
Looks like the Hornets are going to maybe take a knee and go into the end zone and talk things over and see what they can do in the second half. And sideline players are heading towards the locker room. Clock is ticking down.
Yep.
Your halftime score.
And I think they're going to be content to do just that. So halftime score, Harding 23, Cleveland John Hay 0. Harding Band's going to come out for your entertainment, and Eddie and I will be back in just a few minutes for the second half. Stay tuned, Raider Nation.
Update out of Austintown. Austintown Fitch 17, Mayfield 7.
Without equal, traditions beyond compare, and for decades we have been the musical pride of Warren, Ohio. Molotov Stadium, get on your feet and make some noise for your North Harding Raider Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present the 2024 Raider Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Reed Young and Heather Cerny. Summer assistants include Kristen Ritter, Melanie Glad, Abigail Manage, and Rebecca Shelton. Our majorette instructor is Sydney Davis. Flatline instructors are Celeste Harris and Mariah Coker. Percussion instructors
Brian Yager and Jordan Ringgold. The band is led onto the field by field commanders Amari Jackson, Zayshawn Poole, and head drummer Lee Vaughn. The Raider Band is proud to present our 2024 show titled Back to Back. Our opening song takes us back to the year 1997. Here is Everybody, Backstreet's Back. Up next is a 2019 hit by Dua Lipa. Our majorettes and flagliner featured as we perform Don't Start Now. The Raider Band is on the move with this 2013 pop rock hit from the band Run Republic. Here is Counting Stars. Up next, the Raider Band presents a new feature highlighting our majorettes, flagline and junior drum major Zayshawn Poole. This 2007 hard rock single by the Food Fighters includes a trumpet solo by senior Matthew Marksberry. Here is The Pretender. To close out tonight's show, The Raider Band returns back to the music of the Backstreet Boys. We end our show with this 1999 hit known as their signature song. Here is I Want It That Way. The Raider Band would like to thank all of you for being a wonderful audience tonight. Now join us as we cheer on our Raider team. There they go, ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Warren G. Harding Raider Marching Band.
That's called senior. That's called being a senior. Right? Welcome back, Raider Nation, as we get ready to start the second half. Got a few seconds to tick off the clock here for halftime. The teams are ready to roll. Harding will receive the second half kickoff. Harding beginning the second half on top 23-0 in a very dominating performance in that first half. And all due credit to Cleveland John Hay, because it could have been a lot worse than it is, except for the heart that the Hornets showed on a couple of Harding drives, stopping them several times on fourth down.
Yeah, absolutely. John Hay gave themselves an opportunity to stay in this game here. Crucial set of downs here with Harding receiving the ball to start out the second half. Going to be very, very detrimental to this game for John Hay, for them to be able to get this Harding offense off the field to start the second half.
A little pooch kick, and that's taken up around the 26-yard line. And that's a nice return for Harding all the way out to about their own 48. And Harding will start off with solid field position here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Marcus Crum going to take that short kickoff, give Harding great field position here up near around their own, around the 50-yard line. As you said, Tom, give John Hay some credit. This could easily have been a running clock. But they were able to, show a lot of character, stay in the game, get some crucial fourth down stops on a few possessions there to keep points off the board, to give themselves an opportunity here. But with Harding taking over to start out this first quarter or second half, going to be very crucial for Hayes to get off this field.
And that's Sims up the middle again, as he's done the whole first half. And again, Stephen Sims with just over 8 yards on that first down carry. And once again, that just puts Harding in
it looks like
all lights are green position there.
Flag to the far side here. We'll see if non-consequential. Just going to call a sideline warning there. So that play is going to stand, as you said. Give a lot of credit to this offensive line, just being able to oppose their will on John Hay all first half, continuing it in here to the third quarter with a big chunk of yards for Sims at a gain of 8. Going to open up great opportunities for this offense with a 2nd and 2.
Sims again. Sims will get the first down, get it inside the John Hay 40, or maybe right at the 40, and it'll be 1st and 10 Raiders from there. Like Sims has been the workhorse for the Raiders tonight out of that backfield.
Yeah, we've seen him. Usually we see a nice combination of him and number 2, B.J. Coleman, in the backfield. Tonight we've seen a healthy dose of Sims. Like I said in the beginning of the year, I think they really thought he'd be more wide receiver-ish, but with the injury to Mike King, Sims has filled in admirably.
Sims again. Sims breaks loose. He's into the secondary. Sims inside the 25, all the way down to the Hornet 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders.
Shoestring tackle there by Isaac Wiley, or it would have been off to the end zone for Sims there. Nice vision here, able to jump cut that to the outside. Utilize some of those blockers upfield for a nice chunk.
Don't have the numbers up there, but he has got to be closing in on that 100-yard mark in rushing yards. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Hornet 20. Sims again, that deep back. And he'll get the call again, and he'll break through the line. He's going to pick up another 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, everything to the middle there. Offensive line just creating the holes for the running backs there. I don't know that I've seen a jet sweep to the outside yet this game. One of the bread and butter plays that we see from this Harding offense. week in and week out. Right now, they've realized don't need to necessarily try to use that speed to the outside when that front five is just dominating up front, opening up the holes for 6, 7, 8 yard chunks at a time.
Gain of 4 on that one, and that's one of his shorter ones, but still a nice pickup on first down. 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders at the 16-yard line. Sims one more time inside the 10. He's got some room in front of him. There's a flag in the backfield as Sims takes it up around the 6-yard line. We'll have to see what this flag is about. The initial call is holding, and I'm not sure if the ref is pointing at a Harding player or the Hornet defense right now.
Looked like they were pointing at the Hornet defense. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a hit on the quarterback after the play.
56 of the offense. 15 yards from the spot. Repeat,
and that
second
turns
down.
into a big one for Harding. That's going to push them back 15 yards. So what looked like was going to be a 1st and goal is going to be a 2nd down and very long, all the way back to the 31-yard line. Harding needs to get up to the Hornet 10 for a 1st down. So we're looking at a 2nd down and about 21.
I couldn't really catch what happened there. Wasn't sure if maybe I thought that was going to be against the Hornets.
Actually back to the 39-yard line. Yeah, that yardage marker's not in the right spot. Or no, they're bringing it back up to the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. So it will be, looks like 2nd down and about 21, as we said originally.
At the 31-yard line.
You know, we talked about in the first half, Tom, these are those opportunities, you know, that the Hornets have found themselves in to be able to keep the score where it is right now. Big penalty there. You know,
now they finally got it settled back at the 35-yard line. Okay, so 2nd down and 25. Took a couple tries, but I think we got it in the right spot. At least
see,
according
maybe,
to the officials.
right?
This time, Chaz fakes the handoff to Sims. Got it deep over the middle. That ball is caught by Marcus Crum. Touchdown, Harding!
2nd touchdown of the night for Marcus Crum. Offensive line provided plenty of time for Chaz Coleman to sit back in the pocket there. Able to just put it over the outstretched hands of the defensive back there. Looked like he was just out of position. Think they had a safety back for the cover 2. Just came up. As you can see on this replay, just puts it right over the outstretched arms of what looked like to be number 20, Dewan Lucas of the Hornets. Excellent pass, excellent concentration by Marcus Crum to bring in to haul in his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And that kick is up and good, and it is now a 30-0 Harding lead. And at this point, we'll see the clock start rolling. So if the Hornets want to get back in this game, they're going to have to do something quick because the clock is no longer their friend.
No, not at all, and that's how you erase a 15-yard penalty there. Once again, the Hornets had an opportunity with that penalty. Harding had the ball inside the 5-yard line. After that play, there was a spot foul play, so that pushed them back. But just one play, offensive line providing the opportunity for Coleman to be able to just scan downfield, look through his progressions, and just throw a perfect dime over the outstretched arms of the defender to put another 6 on the board, 7 with the extra point. And as you said, it looks like that's going to create a running clock here, and just makes things even more difficult for the Hornets right now. We'll see if you start to see some of the younger players getting some opportunity under the lights here in the playoffs for the Raiders.
And Harding set that up so nice. You see Sims out of the backfield, and fake one of Sims. And that just enough to give that receiver a step. Another big, deep kick from Jerron Edmonds, and that's his 2nd one that tumbles into the end zone. So,
only a junior this year, I believe.
Good things ahead. Still some good things ahead in the kicking department, so 2 more years.
Yeah, just a sophomore. I mean, right now you're seeing not much of a win. Well, you can see the flagpole, but it looks like those flags are going east to west right now. So not a lot of north and south to get behind that kick. And you know, for him to be putting that ball deep inside the 5-yard line as a sophomore, he's only going to get stronger as his years go by. He's able to start putting that ball in the end zone, and then you take away that third faction of the other team's game within the kicking game. That's huge.
Be nice to see him do that and have these teams starting at 20 instead of those little pooch kicks and give the ball up around the 35, 40-yard line.
Oh, absolutely.
Another low snap to Rosser.
And that
ball is almost picked off.
Let's see, that was in and out of the hands of...
Rosser's pass intended for number 8.
Oh, that was Donovan McCoy. In and out of the hands there,
Number
right there.
17, Donovan Solero McCoy providing the coverage.
Back there in the flats just hanging out. I mean, he had a gift kind of handed to him. Probably didn't expect that ball to come right to him like that.
My goodness, it's the ball.
Yeah.
Second down and 10 for the Hornets at their own 20-yard line.
McCoy with I believe he had an interception last week and a big hit on a screenplay last week. Runs into his own.
This time the handoff was to number 27, Tavon Walker. Walker found nothing there but a sea of black. Lose a yard, make it third down and 11.
Yeah, ran into the right tackle there. Kind of pinballed himself around in the backfield there. Going to result in maybe they gave him some forward progress there, but they're going to bring it back a couple yards, bring up a long 3rd and 11.
Third down and 11, ball's at the 19-yard line.
Hornets had some opportunity with some one-on-ones in the first half.
Rosser under some pressure, gets the pass off. And that ball is bobbled and just off the fingertips of a Shantez Glenn over there. Almost found the big man down that sideline, but it becomes 4th down and 11 for Cleveland John Hay.
You know, I think that's their best opportunity all year long. You know, Harding's not been afraid to keep those corners out there by themselves. That time they did have some over-the-top help with the safety, came over there late. Looked like that was number 24, Patrick Blucher, that came in late, but great opportunity there, just a bit out of the reach of the outstretched arms of the big receiver there. Going to result in a punting situation here for the Hornets.
Raylan Adams back deep to receive this punt from Cleveland John Hay. Number 88, London Ragland, in there once again to do the kicking, and he has been hurried. The high, short kick, fair catch signaled for, and Adams will take that at the John Hay 48-yard line, where Harding will set up their next drive. 1st and 10.
Taken at the 43-yard line of John Hay. That's where Harding takes over.
You know, probably 90% of this game has been played in the John Hay half of the field. Hence the score and the running clock here, you know, as we go midway through the 3rd quarter. Harding's offense, defense, looks like
Asa Birch back
Asa
out
Birch
in the
is coming
quarterback
out.
position, and I think a few other fresh faces out there.
I see 15, man. Like that's number 6.
That was number 6, yep.
DeAndre Thomas, senior.
16, Asa Birch, hands off to number 6, DeAndre Thomas.
DeAndre Thomas with the big first down run all the way down to the John Hay 28-yard line. That was a 20-yard gain for the Raiders. 1st and 10 as we start to see the Harding reserves come in and give those starters a breather.
No, and I think this is exactly, you know, you couldn't have asked for anything more for Coach Richardson right now. You want to come out here, you want to get this lead, get your starters out. Don't worry about injuries for next week.
DeAndre Thomas once again, and not quite as much room this time around. Picks up maybe a yard.
DeAndre
2nd down and 9.
Brought down by number 23.
You know, you look across the field too, and you see that John Hay comes in here. Not a lot of numbers, just not a lot of opportunity right now for John Hay. A lot of these second string, these younger players that are coming in, they're going up against starters because John Hay doesn't have much of a choice, just coming in here with limited numbers on the sideline to be able to substitute.
DeAndre Thomas once again. This time he gets a few more up there inside the 20. And that's going to bring up a third down and short. Third down and maybe 2 yards to go for a Raider first down.
Yeah, nice run by the senior there. Picking his way through that line there. Keeps the legs churning. The offensive line comes up behind him with the little brotherly shove. Get him a couple extra yards to make it a nice third and manageable.
Third down and 2 for the Raiders at the John Hay 20-yard line.
Got a single safety back there. We'll see if they let Mr. Birch show his arm off.
He's going to give it away to DeAndre Thomas once again. Thomas is going to fall forward and get the first down up around the 17-yard line.
He's going to keep that. Looks like a little
DeAndre Thomas gets the first
little extracurricular activity after the whistle there.
Flag down.
See which way this one's going to go.
Officials trying to sort this one out. 2:15. 2:13 now. 2:13. The clock will stop at 2:13. Here comes the call.
After the play, personal foul, 58 on the offense. 15 yards.
The Raiders
from the end
once
of the
again
run,
with another
first down.
personal foul. They had that on their last drive. That's going to back them up 15 yards.
As you said, trying to get this, get some of these younger players in. That was 58. Xavion Smith, sophomore.
After the play, so the Raiders do pick up the first down. It's first down and 10, but they're back to the 32-yard line. And the call again to DeAndre Thomas. Thomas again picking his way through, picks up a first down, gets it back down to about the 20-yard line again where they start pushing him back from there. So it'll be a first down Raiders at the Hornet 20-yard line.
Yeah, Thomas, nice job there, finding the outside, letting his block set up. As you see, he's kind of following those blocks upfield.
Brought down by number 33.
Continues to try to drive those legs there. Really like to see him get a little lower, get behind his pads, use those hips, and just thrust into those tacklers so he can move the ball, advance for a couple more yards as the tackle's made. But overall, great run. Great run by the senior, getting some playing time here in the playoffs.
He remains in there, lines up to the left of Asa Burge. Asa looking to throw the ball. Ace is going to take off, get it around the corner, pick up a couple over there.
Quarterback Asa Birch on the keeper, takes it over the left side.
Picks up 2 or 3 over there on the far sideline. Looks like maybe 2. They're going to spot this around the 18-yard line. Second down and 8 coming up for Harding.
Asa Birch, another big-bodied quarterback there, only a freshman, but he's got to go about 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'3".
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter.
And that is going to end the third quarter with the Raiders on top of the John Hay Hornets 30-0.
Yeah, with that running clock here, going to be real difficult for John Hay. Obviously, the Harding sideline notices this, starting to, pack this in. Get some of those young players some playing time, get them under the lights, get them out here in this playoff atmosphere, start to really, not about this game, this is really about 2025. This is about building that team, getting some experience out there, seeing how some of these young players perform under the lights right now, getting them that opportunity to showcase themselves. Because look, it could be 30-0. To them, it's 0-0. They're out here trying to show the coaching staff that, hey, next man up, if you need me, I'm available, and I've got the opportunity to prove it to you right now.
So we open up the fourth quarter. Harding 2nd down and 8 at the Cleveland John Hay 18-yard line. With the big lead, and once again, Asa Birch has taken over the reins of that Harding offense, and Steven Sims has given way to DeAndre Thomas, who has been impressive in the few carries he's had from the second half, the third quarter on. Birch with the toss.
No,
just off the fingertips over there in the right corner.
Looks like that was
number 24,
Patrick Blucher Jr. You know, I was just going to say, it'd be interesting to see what they do with the freshman. Are they going to bring him in just to manage the game, kind of, you know, some turnaround, handoffs, easy screen passes, or were they going to give him an opportunity to showcase himself? And right there you saw they wanted to see what he had. Had that nice corner route out there. Nice pass, just a little bit outside the outstretched hands of his receiver.
3rd down and 8 at the 18-yard line. Again, we are now under a running clock with the 30-point Harding lead. So even off that incomplete pass, the clock is running, ticking down.
And it looked like that might have been a false start on Harding.
Delay game.
Delay of game. Asa
5 yards.
Birch trying to get his pieces in the right spots, and
you know, you're going to see that when you start trying to sub in players. You know, some guys that don't get a lot of reps. Trying to get them in position, possibly even bringing some people in positions in which they're not necessarily used to playing, but you want to get them out there, see what they can do. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to keep track of that clock up there. They do have 3 timeouts, probably could have burned one, but going to bring up a 3rd and long.
The clock continues to run. Even with the delay of game penalty, clock is running. Hand off once again to Thomas. Thomas finds a gap all the way down about the 11-yard line and close to another Harding 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and short. 4th and about 2 for the Raiders.
4th down and 2.
See if they bring out the kicker. No, it looks like they're going to leave the quarterback on the field here with this 4th and 2. Trusting those front 5 there. A lot of guys in the box.
Thomas once again. Thomas will get the 1st down and drive that pile into the end zone for another touchdown for Warren Harding.
Great run by Thomas there. You know, he gets another possession. He might end up going over 100 yards himself tonight. Thomas, we talk about yards after contact, only needed 2 yards. Offensive line just blowing John Hay off the line there, giving Thomas a lot of running room. He got back about down to that 3-yard line, and there was no stopping him. He smelled the end zone. He wanted in. There was nothing that was going to stop him. Another 6 points on the board for the Raiders.
Harding goes up on top, 36-0. Jerron Edmonds in to attempt another extra point. And another strong kick splits the uprights, and it is 37-0 Harding over the Cleveland John Hay Hornets. 8:22 to go in the contest.
Cleveland John Hay 0.
You know, really like what we saw out there. Talk about, you know, we see a lot of sophomores, juniors, some seniors that haven't gotten a lot of playing time this year. And that all led by a freshman quarterback. You talk about not just this year, the turnaround, 4 wins last year, 7 wins this year, coming up to that I believe that number 5 seed in the playoffs. But just moving forward, looking into the years 25, 26, 27, the 8th grade team had an amazing year this year. 7th grade team, great year. A lot of great athletes down there. A lot of great athletes at that freshman level. A lot of great athletes, as you're seeing, getting playing time tonight at that sophomore level. Coach Richardson and his staff have a lot to work with as they move this program into the future.
Harding set to kick off. Let's see how Mr. Edmonds does kicking in the opposite direction. If he still has everything he had going towards the south end zone.
Yeah, judging by the flags, a little bit of wind. Looks like it's blowing to the east.
And he gets off another strong kick. That's going to get all the way down about the 4-yard line where it's taken. Return gets out to about the 25. That was number 27, Tavon Walker for the Hornets. But again, that was another strong kick for Jerron Edmonds.
Yeah, good to see that out of the young man. Yeah, had that one poor kick with the field goal attempt. I think it was the 35-yard field goal attempt there. But all the extra points have been on spot. You know, the kickoffs, he's showing a lot. He's showing a strong leg. And don't forget, you know, only listed as a sophomore. So a lot, you know, he's going to get a lot more training. He's going to get a lot stronger. Just an excellent opportunity for the young man.
There's a long pass again. Looking for Ashantez Glenn, and as has happened so many times tonight, just overthrowing the big receiver.
Yeah, just not able to get on the same page here tonight with the big wide receiver. We knew coming into this game that was going to be the #1 target, almost like a Megatron out there. If you remember, Johnson used to play with the Detroit Lions out there. Just and Coach Richardson, you know, didn't get away from the game plan, not afraid to keep his corners out there on an island with the big man, and thus far, you know, credit a lot to that front 4 with the, well, we'll call it the front 5. I mean, you got, you know, your 2 outside linebackers end up blitzing on almost every play, but, you know, just not making the quarterback nervous back there, just not able to hook up with the big man.
Rosser with the quick pass out. Number 19, Amir Powell, picks up about 7 yards. Out to the 32-yard line, brings up a 3rd down, and looks like 3 yards for the Hornets.
Number 24, Patrick Blucher takes it out to the 32. Gain of 7, 3rd down and 3.
Looks like the Hornets trying to go up to a hurry-up offense.
And I think the defensive line a little bit anxious on that play. That's encroachment. That's going to give the Hornets a 1st down. At 5 yards, bring the ball out to the 37-yard line, and a Hornet 1st down.
Defense, number 15. 5 yards, 1st down.
That's going to move the chains. Clock continues to run through the penalty.
5:40 to go in the contest. Rosser again looking down that sideline, looking for Dylan Clay over there. Couldn't find him.
For number 4,
and again, the Harding DBs have just been a blanket on these Hornet receivers all night long.
Covering on the play.
Matt Richardson still out there on an island. One of the few remaining starters still in the game there. Rosser was able to find that one-on-one coverage right up the sideline there. Had an opportunity, just once again, just a little too much on that. Receiver not able to catch up with it. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 with that clock continuing to run.
Rosser rolling out to his right.
Oh.
He was looking for, looks like Volante Robinson over the middle. That ball got knocked away, and Robinson slow to get up off that play. I couldn't see if he was hit or just went down wrong, but.
Yeah, I don't know if he kind of got turned on that, maybe an abdominal muscle. I didn't see him necessarily take a hit, but he seems to be in some considerable pain in the abdominal area there.
So while the trainers and coaching staff attend to Volante Robinson, it is 4:40. Clock will stop for the injury. It is 3rd and 10 when we get back to play here. Hoping to see young Mr. Robinson get up and trot off the field here shortly.
So, we had an update earlier of that Mayfield-Fitch game. Mayfield was down 17-10. I think that was around the halftime mark. From what we understand, Harding, considering this game continues to go the way that it is, and it seems that it would. Well, the young man is up.
Volante Robinson up and off on his own power. Always good to see. I don't care what color the uniform is. I want to see these guys walk off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously we're homers, we're for the Raiders, but I don't care really what level it is at. You never want to see anybody get hurt, and you always want to play against the other team's best.
Absolutely. That update was Fitch 24-7 in their playoff game. Rosser steps back to pass under a lot of pressure, and Rosser is going to go down all the way back around the 22-yard line. No less than 5 defensive Raiders back there in that backfield chasing down Day Rosser.
Looked like Michael McDonald was leading the charge with number 16, the quarterback Asa Birch, coming from the other end, similar to that same position. They've got the starting quarterback Chaz Coleman playing, coming off of the ends there. Just really no chance, and I mean, you're right. Once they got to the quarterback, it was a house party. Everybody made it home. 5 on the sack there.
They're going to mark Rosser's progress at the 25, but it is 4th and 22. And the Hornets are going to take their chances. They would really like to put something on the board before they get out of here on that long bus ride home. Rosser back and looking. He's going to turn it up. He's got some running room out here, out to the 40.
Come up a little short there.
Going to come up a couple yards short. Gets knocked out around the 45-yard line. That official on the far side, if that's the spot.
Oh, looks like maybe he stepped
now he's
down.
going back.
Oh, are they going to?
Looks like they've given him enough for the first down. Okay.
Well, the yard marker.
Yeah, the yard marker, short a yard.
Yeah, I was about to say
it's going to be 1st and 10 Harding. They have him out at the 45-yard line. I think Rosser needed to get up to around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to be short there.
And it looks like the Hornet defense are making their way out.
I give that Raider defense a lot of credit. A lot of man-to-man coverage there. Everybody's going deep. So all your fast players are 40, 50 yards downfield. You got a bunch of the bigger guys up there trying to chase down the quarterback. Give him a lot of credit for collapsing on him and being able to stop him short of the first down.
And there's the first time we've seen a jet sweep tonight. That was to number 31. Like Matt Mortimer getting an opportunity to carry the ball. Senior Matt Mortimer. Senior getting a chance to get a carry in there. Loses a couple on the play. 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, Tom, as we start to wind down here, I think we probably say it most games, but, it's worth saying. What a thank you to WSCN and Fred Whitaker and Frank Bozick and all of the students who bring this amazing broadcast that we get to be a part of.
There was a bad snap picked up, and a little trying to get something going out there, and finally the Hornets are going to fall on it around the Harding 44-yard line. I don't have that 52 is a young man who picked up the fumble. He's not on the roster, so not sure the name there to give credit on that. Trying to lateral it off, keep something going.
Yeah, a lot of fight still left in them.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Absolutely. But yeah, just, in the beginning of the year, I think you call this the fastest 10 weeks. We get 5 games generally. Well, hey, thank you to the Raider team. They gave us a 6th one.
Game.
Brandon Giovanni and everything he does with the pregame and the scoreboard highlights, just an honor to be a part of this program.
It's a privilege every year. I get to come up here. I love calling the games with you, Ed, and just the fact that they have us back here year in and year out. And I just am not afraid to say it. It is one of the favorite things that I get to do with my time is to come up here and be able to announce these games and hopefully make the action on TV a little bit enjoyable for those folks who choose not to come down to the stadium. And it's a top-notch broadcast from top to bottom. The students do a phenomenal job with the camera work, replays, the graphics. I'll say it again. You will not find a more quality high school football broadcast than what these students from WSCN put together here week in and week out when we get to come up here and do this for them.
Yeah. No, it is. It's an amazing, and I tell you, Tom, every year we get to come up here, and I think this is year number 8, and I swear every year as I walk up those stairs, I think they add a couple levels.
I think so.
But I've heard a rumor that we may be seeing an elevator and a bathroom.
That would be good.
Put in. With the additional renovations that Warren City Schools is going to do here to this athletic complex. I mean, we look to the south end here in this beautiful rec center. Just, kudos to Warren City Schools for everything that they've done to provide for not only our kids, but the community as a whole.
And Rosser gets sacked once again. 22 seconds and counting if the Hornets want to get another playoff, and I don't know that they're too interested in doing so. I think they're going to let this one run down and call it a night. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. So as the clock ticks down, the Raiders are going to move on to the second round with a 37-0 win over the Hornets of Cleveland John Hay.
Yeah, Harding came out here tonight, Tom, did exactly what they needed to do. From the first snap, John Hay had the ball from the first snap. That safety, that quarterback, bad snap, kicked it out of the end zone. Ended up being able to come right back to that offensive series, go down, put another 8 on the board because they went for 2. And just all night, it was a dominating performance on the offensive side, defensive side of the ball, as well as the special teams. Hence this running clock into the 37-0 score. Harding, you can't say enough about Coach Richardson, the staff, and specifically the players, their investment into this program, turning it around from last year, that 4-win season. Now you've got the 7-win season, first round win, looking to going on to the second round of the playoffs.
And again, a lot of give a shout out to that Cleveland John Hay team. That score could have been a lot worse than it was. They hung in there and had a lot of fight all night long.
Absolutely.
Just didn't have the tools to keep up with what the Raiders brought to the table tonight. But several fourth down stops and interception in the first half. This could have easily been a 50-0 ball game.
Yeah, they absolutely, they had their opportunities tonight, but that Raider team just a little too much. You talked about, when you come in and you're undermanned, and the chips are stacked against you, the only way you're going to have a possibility to win that game is you're going to have to take some chances, and those chances are going to have to come to fruition, and when they don't, well, they end up in 6 or they end up in turnover. And the Raiders, not a perfect game from them by any means, some things that they're going to want to clean up as well. We talked about some of those things where some stoppages on the fourth down, some of those unneeded penalties. I will say that we did get away from a lot of those pre-snap penalties, that push you back behind the sticks and put the offense in a precarious position. But overall, the Raiders did what they needed to do tonight, got out of here, got out with the win, convincing win, no injuries, and they're going to move on to the second round.
And again, the score in Fitch seems to have that game under control, so it looks like we may be headed to a rematch at Falcon Stadium. And one of my favorite things to watch here is when the players get over there and celebrate with the band. That's just so good to see.
Tom, I think we've said it before. You can go on to play college. You can go on to get some time in the NFL. There is nothing like high school football. This is one of the greatest experiences that you're ever going to have, and a large part of it is what you're seeing right now with kids being kids, enjoying themselves. These are moments that they're never going to forget.
So that's going to about do it. And if this is indeed our last broadcast of the year, I'd like to thank all of you folks who tune in to watch us. And again, just I can't overstate how much of a pleasure it is to be able to do this. Again, hats off to Fred Whitaker, Frank Bosak, and their ultra-talented crew of students. We get the one and only Derek Hall on the camera up here tonight. Thank you, Derek. Fine job. And enjoy your weekend, folks. Be a little bit chilly, but I think the sun will be out, and it falls here. Have some apple cider, hot chocolate. Enjoy the day, and if this is it, we will see you in 2025 when Raider football returns for next year.
Look forward to it. Good night, everybody.